Good morning, John. Today's episode of Vlogbrothers is brought to you by the number 7 billion. And yes, I know that discussing the extremely important and pressing issues of global population while suffering from contact signing psychosis is a little silly. But that's just the world we live in. I have to show you my shirt. Isn't that amazing? I just had this in my closet. I didn't even go to the thrift store. Okay, probably I should not do this entire video wearing this mask. I should at least give you something to make a GIF out of. So while you're watching this video, it is entirely possible that the 7 billionth person is being born. Of course, we won't know who exactly that person is, but that'd be pretty cool. Get him a shirt, it says 7 billionth! And it's also like a 10% chance that there will be a 7 billionth person, and then someone will die, and then there will be another 7 billionth person. But it's all statistics at this point because it's very difficult to count the number of people in the world. So 7 is a lucky number. I'm excited about that. 7 billion, I'm not so sure. But to be clear, I have a problem talking about the problem of population. At EcoGeek, we always have people who leave comments saying, well, this wouldn't be necessary if there was just a smaller population. I have two problems with this. First, there are lots of things that would solve all of our problems, like if trees suddenly started making electricity or we could eat air. All of our problems would be solved. That it's useless to talk about because there's only one way to decrease the number of people that we currently have in the world, and that's for them to die. And hopefully you're not advocating for the death of billions of people because I think we can all agree that that's not a good thing. If you don't agree with me on that point, you're free to stop watching these videos because I don't want you around, evil person. The other problem with saying that population is the problem is that every one of those 7 billion people is a person. And when we think about them not as people, but as problems that need to be solved, as mouths that need to be fed, and not as what they actually are, which is amazing, powerful forces for the betterment of the world, for themselves, for their children, and for everyone, that not only objectifies those people, but it diminishes our ability to come up with real solutions to the problems that we face, because I'm not saying that there aren't problems here. We got problems. Last year, we created enough food to feed 11 billion people, and yet of the 7 billion people we have, 1 billion of them struggle with hunger. So what is up with that? Well, about half of that food was fed to cows, chickens, and pigs. So that's a problem. Fresh water is the most important ingredient to keeping people happy and healthy, and it's becoming more and more scarce. But there's also good news. Birth rates are down to 2.5 babies per woman, which is very nearly replacement rate. Use of contraception is up dramatically. Disease rates are lower. Poverty rates are lower. Education rates are higher. Overall, we're doing surprisingly well, especially with, what we expected the world to look like 40 or 50 years ago. I am actually very hopeful about the future of our species. Yeah, we have immense challenges to face, but we have immense resources to face them with. It all adds up to what will probably be one of the most exciting and vibrant eras in human history, and yes, also potentially violent and dangerous. But I, for one, feel privileged to be one of the 7 billion people that gets to live through it. John, I'll see you on Friday. End screen! It's been a while since I've done this. You may have noticed that my goatee is looking fine in preparation for Halloween, and you'll be finding out who I'm going to be for Halloween very soon in my next video. You can guess in the comments. If one of you guesses it, I probably will just tell you that you were correct, and you can feel good about it. There are some other things to click on here. There's an amazing Troc song by Dr. Noise. You have to watch the end because it's epic. And there's some good Hank game stuff going on, some Swindon Town miracles, and some Hank and Catherine play and Super Mario Brothers Wii. And there's an episode of Truth or Fail that I did last week about October holidays. But anyway, gotta go. DFTBA.